There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children.
This is Gaia, an authentic replica of a 1,000-year-old Viking ship. And she has just sailed more than 15,000 miles from Norway to Rio de Janeiro as an ambassador of the world's children. Gaia is carrying a cargo of more than 10,000 messages from young people who greeted the ship along her route. The messages express the children's concerns about their future and the future of the planet. They are addressed to world leaders attending the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, the Earth Summit. Gaia started her voyage from Trondheim on the west coast of Norway. It was hoped that the voyage would serve as a catalyst for change, encouraging people of all ages to come forward with ideas of their own for safeguarding the planet.
God is watching us from a distance.
The President of Iceland suggested that the ship should be called Gaia. The name comes from the ancient Greek goddess, Mother Earth. Gaia's destination was the Viking site of Landsø in northern Newfoundland. From Newfoundland, the voyage continued southwards to ports in Canada and the United States. In New York, the expedition was endorsed by UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund. Keep the promise for a better world for all children is a call to world leaders to honor undertakings they made about children and the future of the planet. Outside the United Nations, children from the United Nations School delivered environmental messages to Gaia's captain.
It expresses our concern for the future, our future. Children Who Care, 3rd of October, 1991.
Let's pretend that we can change the world in any way that we could. Just as a game, let's pretend. Let's pretend that children all start to run for the moon. It's a children's game, all the same. Children grow up soon.
A highlight of the American visit was the reception in Washington. Among those present to greet Gaia were the Queen of Norway, the President of Iceland, and President Bush. Gaia's first port of call after Washington was Port Canaveral.
Today, I would like to launch Gaia not by finishing the countdown, but by starting a count up. A count that will continue as we return to our homes and our schools and our places of work. A count of the things that we can do and will do, each of us, to make a positive difference in the protection of the environment on which our future depends.
And nearby Disney World sent its ambassadors to bid the ship safe journey to Rio.
We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's no choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
The next 6,000 miles were a long struggle against headwinds and currents, but relieved by the warmth and hospitality of diverse Caribbean cultures.
Let it record that the 21st century as a time of healing, a time when man again listened to the heartbeat of Mother Earth and returned to harmony with Gaia.
When Gaia reached Brazil, she began the most exotic leg of her voyage, the 1,000-mile journey up the Amazon. All along the river, the sight of the Viking ship on the Amazon, in the very heart of the rainforest, captured the interest and curiosity of the people of Amazonas. At Manaus, hundreds of young people joined the thousands before them in asking Gaia to deliver their messages to world leaders attending Earth Summit. From Manaus, with the wind and current in her favor, Gaia flew like a bird to Belém, Recife, and Salvador. Until, with her cargo of messages from the world's children, she saluted the people of Rio and the more than 30,000 gathering here for Earth Summit.